up? What up? We in here, PFC 208. Going to talk about the midweek games, get into Manchester United taking on Watford away, and then wrap up with Tottenham Hotspur and Leicester City. But let's open it up right now with Man United traveling away from home, freezing conditions.
Glory, glory, boys.
Hostile environment, and they somehow managed to get the win. What are your thoughts, boys?
Lucky. Look, all right, you started the game well. No doubt you go up 3-0, but it was nervy there at the end. Watford catching you, making it 3-2. Obviously, Jesse Lingard to the rescue. Lord of the Rats just manages to save you guys. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's right, Lord of the Rats.
Respect, man. After a goal like that, you call him Lord of the Rats, man. There's no respect there.
It was a nice goal.
That's just personal hatred.
But you guys are you're still shaky, man. You're still a little shaky. You're unconvincing. Going up 3-0, then to give up 2 goals, and all of a sudden Mourinho's looking nervous.
But dude,
Ibrahimovic.
What was the end of the story? What was the end of the story? Tell me.
All right, you guys won 4-2. You won 4-2.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Got a little nervy. What happened? Score another goal. There you go. Lights out. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Liverpool?
The
perfect game.
Now you're Liverpool?
Watford away is not an easy game this season. To win 4-2, that's fine. We didn't want to concede. Unlucky, a little sloppy, but hit him for 4. You know, I think that's the big thing. We're in scoring goals. Now we got 4 right off the bat. You know, Lingard, returning Jose's faith. Rashford and Martial didn't work the last 2 games. Bring in rat face. Bring in Lingard. And he gets the all important insurance goal. I think his industry was missed. And Lukaku again.
Should have been more clinical.
Kind of cowish.
Yeah, it should have been more clinical. He managed to get himself an assist though to Martial, but he missed a big opportunity, and Doucouré just comes right back at you. So
yeah, man, I'm gonna say we did get lucky to win this game. From the first 10 minutes, Watford had 2 or 3 opportunities that could have easily been put away, and if they were a little more clinical, then they would have put those away. United could have found themselves 2-3-0 in the first 10 minutes. Absolutely shocking performance. I get it with the 3 in the back, new formation, new system. So I kind of forgive the players today for not really, playing at the levels we've come to expect. I think it was a preemptive strike, sort of get some 90 minutes on using the 3 at the back. But when we face Arsenal this coming weekend, we'll probably be using 3 at the back as well because they've been playing with 3. So
that's what I want. That's what I want to see. I don't know, Tiki, if that's what you want to see, but I think a lot of United fans want to see 3 at the back because we got 3 not incredible, but 3 solid when they're fully fit center backs. And it was great to see Rojo back in this game.
Yeah, I like the 3-5-2, but the problem I think today was we had Lingard playing the number 10, and his job was to watch Doucouré all game, but Doucouré with his movement, his energy, his pace, his power, was able to beat him, first pass or like first dribble. So it left us exposed with 3 versus 2 in the middle with Matic and Pogba always down -1 in the middle. So if you play that 3 in the back, I think you have to play with 3 flat center mids to kind of plug up those numbers. If we play with the number 10 against Arsenal, unless, Ozil bails us out with his laziness, we're going to absolutely get destroyed, man.
That's right. You will get destroyed. But that's for later, man. I think this game did expose you. It just showed that you can be exposed. It didn't expose you. It just showed that, if Man United defensively can be exposed, if you are clinical, if you do finish the opportunities against them, get the ball out wide, put it in the box, you can play through them as well. So defensively, I know you didn't have your studs. You didn't have Eric Bailly in there. Seems like he still has a little bit of a knock. But look, man, this Watford team's been a good team. So absolutely. When I was shocked when I saw you guys up 3-0. I was like, what is going on?
Me too. I even when the first goal went in, Ashley Young, just a moment of inspiration. That volley he scores, he dinks it over Kiko Firmino and then volleys as it's coming back up off the ground.
The free kick was amazing. I think Mourinho was even shocked when that went in.
Yeah, man. I love the camera shot pans to Mourinho. It's like, what the hell was that? He didn't know Ashley had it in his game, but Ashley's always had churls in his game. I don't know if he's had free kicks in his game, but he's always had the shirtless. So I guess it was only a matter of time before he added.
Well, that's young Ashley Young, man. When he was a top dog, at Watford, at Villa, taking all the set pieces, taking the free kicks, because he wants to be that guy. But on the big teams, he's always 3rd or 4th in the pecking order. But in this side, man. I mean, same with Pogba.
Yeah,
Essentially.
I'm glad he pulled seniority over Pogba because him and Pogba were standing over it, and Pogba's taken the last few. I guess Pogba's lack of form and free kick taking sort of allowed that door to be open for Ashley, and I'm glad it was, man. It was absolutely brilliant. But let's go stay in the back line. Lindelof, impressive display from him today. Still got a bit more ways to go till he's a true stellar center back for Man United, but very good performance today. Kept Richarlison quiet most of the game. Obviously, Richarlison's not the kind to be silenced very easily. Did have his opportunities, but I think Lingard overall, man, showing good pieces.
Lingard or Lindelof?
Lindelof, I'm sorry. Lindelof, the center back.
Yeah, well, it is Watford. Let's see what he does against big dogs. I'm still not
It's
convinced.
still early days, man. Look, it's early.
He's not ready for the big dogs yet,
Yeah,
man.
he's not.
Let him get accustomed to this team. Let him get comfortable. He's new to the country. Well, he's not expected to perform well in those games yet.
Exactly.
But even if given the challenge, I think he'd fare okay.
He'll never
won't be perfect.
See? Yeah, he'll never be ready for the big dogs.
Yeah,
Never?
that's what you say.
All right,
Benfica produces talent, man. Benfica produces talent. And Lindelof's going to the World Cup. You know what I mean? So this is his year. Troy Deeney comes off suspension. Missed about a month or so of football after having attempted to pop what's his name's head? Joe Allen's head. Try to pop his head like a freaking pimple. Immediately goes in, dude, starts throwing his body around, upsetting Lindelof, upsetting Smalling, Rojo, and Under Herrera. This dude,
that's his game.
Tactic. Yeah.
That's his game, man. It's how he imposes himself on the game.
Absolutely, man. I don't blame him. Luckily, he didn't get too many opportunities. Ends up getting that PK. Marcus Rojo. Funny, man, after me and Huss have a passionate debate about sliding in the box, Rojo makes me look like a freaking maniac with that silly slide that he didn't need to do. He had cover, he had help, but panicked. I chalked that up to straight up, what's it called? Not match fit, not match sharp,
You got to stay on your feet in the box. You have to stay on your feet.
No, you don't.
Obviously,
you don't have to stay on your feet.
Look, there's a time for everything. I'm not saying it in totality, but I would say 90% of the time you should be staying on your feet in the box.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. Okay,
yeah.
Settle down over there.
That's a large 10%, though. There you go. That's a large 10%.
It's a World Cup 10% right there.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, United very casual during this game, even though the score doesn't quite show it. I think the score flatters the performance. But I think overall did deserve the win. Watford, you could argue maybe deserved a point from this game at most. But, hey, man, all 3 points go to United. The Devils keep marching on.
But you know what? But the negative note to this game, Tiki, I think you'll agree with me, is that you look at the scoreline. If you didn't see the game, 4-2, sweet.
Yeah.
Lukaku, how many goals? None. He picks up an assist, but we're beating Watford. Why is our left back scoring 2 goals?
Yeah,
we need our top dog fire. And he hasn't. His scoring rate has gone down since at the beginning of October. He needs to be scoring against a team like Watford, even though they've solved the season. 4-2, he needs to be amongst the goals.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree, and you can see the confidence is sort of away from him right now. But luckily, Jose has his back. Tries to play him 90 minutes every single game, keep him in form. Maybe I'm starting to think that he might need a rest. Obviously, the next 2 match days, there's no room for rest. We're playing Arsenal, then Man City. I think after that, you can start sort of, giving his legs a rest because we're going to need him in March to score goals as well. So,
Ibra's not fully fit yet as well. So, once he does get – no, I agree. Once he does get all the way, then you can have a legitimate replacement, not a young guy.
Yeah, like a rotation system. So, yeah, I'm glad Jose's still keeping the faith, still backing this dude. I still back this dude. I still love this dude. I think he's going to score some important goals for us, if not this year, at some point in his career. The ability's there for this guy, and he's got the talent around him. So I'm excited for Lukaku. A bit of a quiet performance today, but got himself an assist. At least he's getting in the mix.
All right, enough Man U.
Let's man of the match this one. I'm going to give it
hands down.
Ashley, right?
Ashley Young, man. Hands down.
Hands down, dude.
This guy's on fire. Last 2 games.
He's rewinding the clock, bringing it all back. Let's get into, oh boy, Tottenham stumbles around Leicester City.
Yay! Oh my God, I love
Stumbles are on, man. Stumbles are on. It's sad.
Back to
last 5 games, 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses in the last 5.
Who did start with Al?
I don't know. I can't. My memory doesn't go back. Short-term memory loss.
Who started the crumbling?
Who started it?
Who started it? Arsenal, man, beating them 2-0, and then they come off a desperate draw against West Brom, and now they finally take the L to Leicester City. I just felt something in the air. I had a feeling about this game. No, just Spurs, they weren't in good form psychologically and physically as well. You know, the amount of games, this was bad timing for them. Just the amount of games that came up and the results that they've been getting lately. So I had a feeling that Vardy and Mahrez are going to do something special this game. Both goals, in my opinion, were special goals. I mean, the Vardy's first finish, absolutely
incredible,
unbelievable, man. I mean, Albrighton, who, by the way, is give him top 5 crosser in the EPL, man. This guy's delivery is always on point.
Yeah, man.
And Vardy, but the finish, though, just to know where the goalie is, first time, off both feet. I mean, both feet in the air.
Dude, that was a karate kid. Both feet off the ground. Like we all know Jamie Vardy takes penalties 100 miles an hour. You know that's his MO. Kick it as hard as you can, run as fast as you can. To have a delicate little loft over the Chips Ahoy over the goalie.
Yeah, this was like his first finesse moment
I've ever seen in my life. I've ever seen in my life, man. It was beautiful. And Leicester, man, Leicester, just like Crystal Palace this year, playing a lot of good football and deserving to win more games than they've lost.
Yeah, dude. I think it's like the new manager coming in, man. Sort of breathe fresh life into this team. They seem energetic. They seem back to their old selves of countering, playing balls to the wall football, desperate football at times, and it's working, man. This is a big scalp to take.
Claude Puel looks like a manager you do not want to get on the wrong side of. You know, you do not want to upset this guy, and he hasn't been playing back to basics. You know, 4-4-2, Mahrez and Vardy up top.
Okazaki
Okazaki is back in there as well. So they'd rotate sometimes. And, I mean, everyone was working their socks off for Leicester. But, you know, Riyad Mahrez, man, that second goal right in the stroke of halftime, just typical, cuts into his left foot for an unstoppable shot from outside the 18. And, you know, even the commentator said that no goalie was going to get there.
But how do you allow him to dribble 30 yards like that on his left foot, knowing that that's what he wants to do best? You know, that's what he's almost known for.
Danny Rose, man, United link.
It's not. It was everybody, man. It was everybody. Like everyone just let him cut in, and they knew where the ball was going.
Look, I think it's one of those things where that is a staple of his game to the point where you can stop him 4 out of 5 times, but he's gonna get at least 1 or 2 opportunities every single game where he's gonna get that left foot shirl that is on, and you're hoping that as a fullback or defender, if you're 1-on-1. That you have help inside, and that's exactly what Tottenham didn't have. They had no help inside. He recognized that, took the space, and took the beautiful shirl, man. Like Tom was saying in the group, we've seen that goal or was it Huss? We've seen that goal so many times from him, man.
It was actually Vertonghen, not Danny Rose. It was Vertonghen who was closest to him. So I just want to correct that. But look, man, as long as you have Vardy and Mahrez, you have you have goals capable of happening. If you're Leicester City. Tottenham, they did dominate possession, but of course Leicester was very organized, playing their counter-attacking system. Couple opportunities went begging. I mean, couple decisions as well, man. Like, the more I'm watching Son, I'm looking at his decision-making at crucial points and times, you know, when he should move the ball, maybe he should move a little bit quickly. Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking at Aurier. Aurier, man, again, like, a couple bonehead decisions in this game. I mean, this lineup of Sissoko, Aurier, Dembele starting
doesn't work, man.
They seem to drop off a level when those 3 start. And I'm not saying that they're bad players. Maybe they just need more time to gel. But we know when Harry Winks he couldn't start due to illness. Trippier, he wanted to rotate him.
Pull your mic off your collar, bro.
Okay, keeps rattling. Sorry about that. Yeah, so look, man, without Tottenham, to me, although they may seem like a deep team because they can rotate players, the quality certainly drops off, and it dropped off this game.
It's the quality and the belief and the lack of, you know, experience. You know, Tottenham, like we've always said, is a B+ squad. I thought they were going to be, you know, heading towards that A-. Unfortunately, didn't bring in any A- players this year. But when you're in a drought like this, you need the brave players like Eriksen, who was super cowards today. You need guys like Bailey and Lee who need to bail you out of these type of games. That's what United had today. if you notice, the forwards didn't score, man. Surely Martial ended up scoring, so I can't say that. But absolutely, like if your forwards can't score, if Kane's not scoring, it looks like Tottenham's not scoring, which is not good.
And look, Eric Lamela making a big comeback. Your boy is back.
So happy about that, man. I almost gave him a standing ovation, but I was too lazy.
And dude, you too. He managed to get himself an assist.
Yep.
You have to
He's a
stand up
problem,
for
man.
that.
Before he got hurt, I'm not saying this guy was going to be world class or anything, but he was just that Tottenham player, man, who was coming up with goals when they needed him. Before even Harry Kane popped, I think Harry Kane popped when Lamela kind of took a bit of an injury dive. So to see him back in the squad, to see a guy who hasn't played in a year, his hunger must be just absolutely through the roof. So it's going to be very important to have him available for certain games, especially now that Tottenham is in a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, man, they definitely need more players like that who are kind of like wingers, natural wingers, can cut inside. And
Willie Zaha. What up, Willie?
why you shouting out Willie?
Because he's a perfect fit for Spurs.
Nah.
That's what they need, man. That's what they need. They're too not structured. Structure is good and everything, but they need the wild card. Dele Alli is too slow. He's not quick enough to jink past people. You need yeah.
I was gonna say that's actually a great shout, man. Tottenham doesn't have many dribblers 1-on-1. Obviously, Dele Alli.
They're a passing team.
Yeah,
they're a passing team. You need someone to dribble the ball up. Willie Zaha would be that wild card, man.
Doesn't fit. I don't think he fits into what they're trying to do, and it's not because it has nothing to do with Spurs.
If you can discipline Willie a little harder and have him not dribble so much, cut down his runs. Make him be more of a passer.
Or just decisions. Make your decisions.
Yeah, decision making.
You watch Mahrez. Mahrez is actually one of the best at this. When it's time to take you 1-on-1, he'll take you 1-on-1. When it's time to make that big switch, he makes a big switch. When it's time to cross, he crosses. His decision making is through the roof, and I think that's why that first year when Leicester won the league, no one expected him to be, that clinical as far as making the right decision. Man, he's brilliant. So Willie Zaha, I think could use the same. Tom, to your point, man, I think the formation will evolve now that Lamela's back. So now you can play a little bit more wider, and then maybe in the summer you pick up a winger. You were saying Gareth Bale. I don't know if Gareth Bale is the right person, but still, picking up a winger like that or.
Well, they just have to change their style because they use their wingers are their fullbacks, and that's what we're seeing a lot right now.
It's not enough though. They're too narrow. You need more. You need more outside.
I agree with you. 100%, Al. You see it at United where the only wingers are the fullbacks or the wing backs today because there was a 3-back system. Tottenham's played a 3-back system most of the this season and last season, so they're using the wing backs. But at some point, man. You got to have proper wingers because rather than just go down the line and cross, they can cut it and shirl like we see Mahrez doing and wingers like that. So I agree with you, man. Relying on fullbacks to provide all you're with, I think is very limiting. 3-4-3 may be the way to go.
Well, if it fails, especially like it's happening in flanks, we go narrow and they pack the middle like Huddersfield.
Exactly.
You just pack the middle, you can't get through.
Exactly.
And it's very predictable and it's easy to set up against, really.
Yeah. Chelsea seems to have it right, man, with their 3-4-3. Although this season they played more of a 3-5-2 with Hazard partnering with Morata, but historically, with Willian and Pedro and Hazard on there last season and the season before, they played that 3-4-3, which was pretty devastating, man.
Well, I always love to see Spurs lose. It was great, even though Harry Kane did manage to squeeze himself a goal this game. For the fantasy people out there. Spurs, man, taking L's. I love it.
What are their odds on the title now that they've lost this game? They're in 5th place or almost half the way in, 13 games now, or this is 14 now.
They're out. Even Pochettino said they're out of the title race the other day.
Even second. Are they going for 3rd now? Just top 4. That's it.
Top 4.
Yeah, dude, they could go for 2nd because United's not bossing that 2nd place position, man. We're very whimsical on it right now. I think Mourinho's going to get under these guys' skin and sort of get them playing to that top level we saw at the start of the season. But yeah, man, 2nd is up for grabs. 1st right now, I'd say probably not. But again, like we said, last episode, it's still a long season. City won 10 games in a row last year and then started to stumble. Their stumble might come, in December with injuries or, just plain old lack of concentration. So it's still open,
Yeah.
but odds are Tottenham's not catching City.
I think that after this season, if it continues at this rate, if they continue just to be mediocre till the end of this campaign, I can easily see people starting to jump ship this summer.
Absolutely possible, man. This
Between
is the summer to hold
Dele
on to,
Alli and Ericsson will stay. Harry Kane will stay, like we said. Ericsson will probably stay, but Rose will probably go in January.
I don't think
and I think
Ericsson.
Dele will leave.
I think the people who are most likely to leave are Ericsson and Rose. Kane, I always say, the English forward rarely leaves. Is it possible?
Ericsson over
Hell
Dele?
yeah, it's possible. Ericsson over Dele because
Really?
Ericsson's peaking. Dele's still developing. It's still a bit of a risk. If Dele has an off year this year, I think a lot of teams will sort of back off and give him one more year to get back to that level. And by a lot of teams, I mean the teams looking at him are Barcelona, Madrid, that type of level. So for them to buy you, you have to have a good entire season. If you have a lot of gaps, then there are other players out there who they can pick up who are more reliable. I think Ericsson is ready to go. Not mentally, but I mean as far as his abilities, he can go to Barcelona and maybe help them off the bench or starting. Who knows? He can go to Real Madrid, help them off the bench or starting right away. Whereas Dele Alli, I think, will need another 2-3 years as because he's so young.
Yeah, I think to succeed at Madrid also, Ericsson will have to be a little bit more disciplined. I think he gives the ball away still a little bit too much where you don't see Modric ever losing the ball.
Yeah.
Dude, Kroos never gives the ball away. You know what I mean? And Ericsson he's capable at times of being sloppy. But He's young. He's 24, 25. He's still wicked young.
Exactly.
Yeah. As soon as he joins one of those clubs, he'll raise his game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look at Modric at Tottenham. Obviously, he was balling, but he wasn't balling like he is at Real Madrid. He became a world-class center mid. He went from like a number 10 / center mid to like just proper center mid now. He doesn't even really – he has the ability to play that 10 spot, and he plays it for his national team. But when you see him at Madrid, he's dropping in, making tackles next to Casemiro. Like it's absolutely a wonder show what he's done at Real Madrid. All right, let's wrap this one up. Enough jocking. Man of the match for this one.
Man, I have to say Jamie Vardy. Looking like his old self again.
No Vati, no Party. Gotta get to
right.
Jamie.
Me too. And then in a 4-goal thriller, West Brom, quick touch in here before we wrap it up. West Brom 2, Newcastle 2. 0-0 at half. Newcastle down 2-0 at some point during this game, and Benitez's men show heart and bounce back.
Almost
Comeback
3
kids.
for 3. Almost 3 for 3
kids.
of my predictions. I had a feeling West Brom was going to win this. I thought this was going to be their first win under the new manager. But unfortunately, Rafa's men, man, they don't die easy. They do not lay down easy. They come back, fight back from a 2-0 deficit. He changed the game, man. He changed the game. He didn't start as well, I believe. So, the way he was able to control the midfield and just lay off passes is really, really good for them. But this West Brom team are showing signs of life, especially at home now. So it's going to be interesting to see how this season progresses. But, this was, all in all, I think, a fair result.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and then,
even Steven.
And then on the other side, 0-0 goal fest, or lack thereof. Crystal Palace 0, Brighton 0. I think fair result for both clubs, considering Crystal Palace is battling relegation and Brighton is flying high.
Would have been big bucks for the Eagles, man. It would have been a big 3 points,
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to beat the promoted teams. You got to beat these guys. There's almost no excuse.
Yeah, well,
tough.
Palace is an excuse, man. They're going through turmoil. Manager got fired. Zaha was hurt. So they have an excuse, but I hear what you're saying.
But Benteke's scoring again, dude. He knows where the net is. He just found it.
Is he though?
Or he didn't get the goal.
0-0?
No, I heard last week, and the commentator said that Benteke scored, but it was Sacco.
Yeah, racist.
I don't know how.
Oh, yeah,
it was big time, dude. I heard the report before I saw the game. It's like, Benteke. I was like, oh, no way. See the game, Sacco. Anyway, yeah, 0-0 Eagles.
I'm mad at this dude. Not really helping the Eagles. Obviously, he's trying, but come on, dude. Where's that Aston Villa form we saw? Need that
No,
back.
he's struggling. Still don't pick him up in fantasy.
Yeah, no,
Nope.
not worth it. All right, that wraps it up for 208. Quick midweek episode. We got another one coming at you tomorrow to cover the rest of match day 14 of the Premier League. Thank you for checking us out, guys. Don't forget to review us on iTunes and subscribe so these shows come to you right away. Appreciate the support. Anything else before we leave, fellas?
Show us some love. Show us some love.
Show us some love and visit the Podcast FC shop. Get yourself a nice hat like Tom over there, or a sweater. It's getting cold out.
There you
Getting cold
go.
out.
All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Peace.
Later.